Hello, is this thing on? Hi, my name is Hannah, as you may or may not know. Please excuse my greasy ass hair, thank you. I have been thinking about my friends and how much I love them and why. And about the fact that I don't tell them nearly as often as I would like to. I would like to tell them every day, but I don't. So, here's a list of 10 of my friends and the reasons I love them and what they have taught me in no particular order. Enjoy. So first up is Kata. Kata is the funniest person I know. Kata manages to turn even the most boring times into something beautiful and memorable. And she also laughs at all my jokes, which is great, and takes nice pictures of me. Thank you. We have shared some weird moments, some happy moments, some sad moments. And she is also very confident and sassy. And without her, I probably wouldn't be as confident as I am now. So, thank you very much. Next up we have Honey, who is very hard to describe. But I'm going to try my best. Honey is very deep. And also just wholesome and cheerful and optimistic, and he's the friend that will bring me back down to earth when I've been very dramatic again. And remind me that the world isn't going to end just because something has went wrong or because I'm really sad now. So thank you. Next we have Dendo, who is one of my biggest role models and also like a brother to me. And I don't know where I would be without him now, or whether I would be alive. That is dramatic, but also true. Dendo is kind of like an old soul, but also like a child in one. And he's also a very good listener, which I characterize as being able to listen well. And also, he, even when there's nothing to say to make something better, he still somehow manages to comfort me, and I don't know how he does it, but it works, and very grateful for that. Thank you. Next up is Annabelle, who I've been friends with the longest out of all these people. Annabelle is like the equivalent of home to me, and she's also my ride or die, because even though we don't spend as much time together or we're not that closely in touch, whenever we do talk, it's like we've never been apart. And I know I can be my silliest self around her and she won't judge me for it. She'll just go with it. And that's just a lot of good. So thank you. Next up is Gabriel. Gabriel, when I first met him, was a very grumpy man. Gabriel had like a hard shell and a very soft core. And I've seen him grow and change a lot over the past year. And that has been so impressive. He went from trying to be very cold and push other people away to just living more openly. And I think it takes a lot of courage and strength to open yourself up to be loved by other people, because that also makes you vulnerable. But I've seen him grow because of it. So I try to be more like that. Also, he's not afraid to speak his mind when he thinks something is stupid. So that's the thing I struggle with a lot. I always try to please people. So yeah, thank you. Next up is Toby, who knows me best. There are like a million things I could say here, but I don't think this is the right list. So I'm just gonna say that he knows me well and knows most everything else. He will give you advice on anything you need, like let that be cooking, photography, insurance, or other tech stuff. He just knows it. He's very knowledgeable, but also still sensitive, and sometimes he doesn't even consider his own needs, and always helps other people first. And he just walks this earth with open eyes and an open heart, and sees people in need when I would just have been walking along, and he just sees that they need help. So I try to live with open eyes because of you. So thank you very much. Next up is Jan. And Jan is the perfect embodiment of from rags to riches. Started from the bottom, now we're here. He's like here. He has been through a lot and could have turned his back on the world, but he never did, and I'm so grateful for that, because we wouldn't be friends. And he is living proof that hard work does pay off. And to believe in your dreams, as cheesy as that sounds, and also prove that you don't have to be an asshole to be successful, because he's still so warm. Then that's very admirable. So thank you very much. Next up is Lucy, who is the only school friend on this list. No offense to the other school friends. I just wanted to talk about her today. Lucy what I like most about her is her honesty, which has gotten her in trouble before. Very funny situations in retrospect. But I think that's what you need in a friend, is a friend that will tell you when you're being ridiculous, but also just be very authentically herself, and also she's just so calm. I don't know why. I mean, she gets very happy and also kind of sad sometimes, but in every mood she has, she seems to have this constant level of calmness. I don't think I ever told her that. Here you go. I admire that. Thank you. Next. Also, I've just realized I have these pimples here. So try to ignore them, but now that I've pointed them out, you'll probably stare at them. But that's okay. This is a private video after all. Or is it? Next up is Sebastian, who is very spontaneous. Sebastian will go from laying around watching movies to let's go on a 3-hour road trip through the middle of nowhere in a split second. He's also very dedicated to anything he sets his mind to. When he decides to dedicate himself and his time to something, he will do it. He has acquired a bunch of skills and knowledge since the rather short time I've known him. And I'm just so fascinated by the fact that he starts things and he finishes them. Can you believe? How? I don't know. That's very cool. Thank you. Next up is Tammy. Tammy is resilient, reliable, responsible, and strong as heck. I'm pretty sure that her soul is made of steel, because she just isn't bothered by anything. I mean, obviously, there are things that she also struggles with, but she does not back down, and that's so cool. I'm sorry if that was really loud. And she's just been on this path of reaching the goal she set her mind to a long time ago. And she has faced every obstacle, and she has worked through them, through every problem, and hasn't been discouraged by them at all. And that's very admirable, and just seeing her thrive the past years has been so inspiring. She is also she's a success story, so that's very cool as well. I don't know why I'm saying cool a lot. Thank you. Next, last but not least, is Ronja, who's my newest friend. But it's very cheesy and coming. It seems like I've known her forever. In the beginning, I wasn't sure whether she really wanted to be my friend because she's so cool, and I didn't think someone like that would be friends with me, and not a very cool person. She's basically everything I would like to be. She is, at least I've experienced her being outgoing and welcoming and just very warm, and she is very interested in everyone around her, and she really tries to listen to them, and she's also very self-reflected, is that how you say it? I don't know. She told me about how she used to be very intolerant of especially political opinions that differed from hers, but now she's trying to still hear those people out, and that takes so much strength to admit your own mistakes, and I still struggle with that a lot. And she's very loving, and I don't know, I'm very lucky for her to be my friend, for all my friends to be my friends. This thing is flashing, so I'm gonna start a new take. Yeah. Thank you for being my friends. I'm very grateful to have you in my life. I think I'm going to cry now. But, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon. Bye. If you weren't on the list, I'm very sorry. That doesn't mean I don't think you're my friend. I just was thinking about these people today. So, please don't hate me.